Hello, folks. This morning I would love to talk about health. Health is so crucial. Health is so important to the extent that, let's say, for example, you are given the entire universe with everything in it, with all the luxuries, minerals, technologies, food, everything in it, right? And say you will lose your health, talking about physical health. Which would you choose? It's obviously everyone would choose to have the physical health and not the luxurious of the entire universe, whereby you don't have your physical health, right? And I believe almost everyone will agree with this, because what would the entire universe serve you if you don't have your health? Now, where am I going with this? I'm making this video to say we are in constant not thoughtful about our health, right? Because it comes from the food we eat, from the drinks we drink, all kind of injections that we put into our stomach, and we do it so much so that we have all of these things that has been listed to us for how long now? It's called the breakfast, the lunch, the dinner, the supper, and the snacks in between. Constant eating, and it's becoming an issue. And now, if you look at the world that we live in, there are more people dying of obese than there are people dying of malnutrition. We get greed. We just want to eat more. We enjoy the texture. We enjoy the taste. We eat to live, not live to eat, right? And so now let's go to the next phase, which is our mind. Our mind is not right here. Our mind is in the gut. Our mind is in our stomach. And so to heal the body, it has to come from the stomach. Your body cannot be healed, or if you have any disease in the body, it stems from the stomach. I'll put it in that form, right? And so how do we heal? The healing starts from the stomach. And what is the most effective and the higher form of healing? It's simply fasting. Fast. Abstain from eating. I'm not saying 100% stay away from eating. I'm saying find times to eat. It's a lie when you're being told constantly that you have to have breakfast, you have to have lunch, you have to have dinner, you have to have supper, you have to have meals in between. It's all marketing strategies just to get you eating constantly, so the food industry can produce more unhealthy, unnatural foods, so they can gain more capital, right? And you get sick, and you get medical attention, you get a bunch of medications that you have to continue to take. Now you're having so much in the gut, and this is not the way. And I can tell you with every bit of it that this is not the way. And you can do your own a little research, and you come to find out all of these things that I'm talking about. Okay, so how do we heal the body if the body is in disease, or disease they call it? You just fast, like I mentioned. But how do we fast? There are so many different ways of fasting. People can do just water, and others can do just fruits, and blah blah blah. Look, I'll give you the effective method, right? And perhaps the moderate, not easy, but the moderate form of fasting, which is when you wake up in the morning, okay, so before bed, right? Ensure to eat before at least 7 p.m. It depends what part of the world you're in and when exactly that's the sun sets. So let's say roughly at least before 7 p.m. or after 7 p.m. there is no other meal except that you can drink water. Water is very important. We have to stay hydrated. If you don't eat after 7 p.m., you go to bed. When you wake up in the morning, don't start with any meal. It's important that you're able to wait 5 to 8 hours before you take your first meal. And your first meal, if you can, ensure that it's some sort of fruit or vegetable with an empty stomach. And then after that, you can have any other healthy meal, right? But if you want to go to the extreme, and that you can continue for at least 7 days, and you can tell by how your body feels and how your brain functions and how you feel deep inside, right? But if you want to go to the extreme with this fasting method that I'm giving out, is to fast for at least 3 days, and from the sunrise, right before the sunrise, there is no meal up until after the sunset, and then you can eat. And every time you're about to break a fast, either water or some fruit with an empty stomach. Water first, or some fruits, and then water, and then you wait half an hour before you can eat any other healthy meal. If you do this continuously, it don't matter what physical health you're facing, you're gonna see a drastic change in your health, and I can guarantee that. And if you try this, please do come back to this video and comment to me what you think, how you feel, and whether or not it did not work. I'm more than open to get your feedback, and I'll see you guys in the next one.